Happy Sunday, YouTube! Today's unboxing is a little different, and it's going to be the last one for the foreseeable future until I can obtain some new characters that have yet to be released, and they keep getting delayed, and I'm getting pissed off. Anyways, it saves me money, at least for the time being, so I guess there's always a bright side, right? Or 99% of the time there's a bright side, there's a silver lining. But today's unboxing is going to be a little different. I've got a few characters to do. I'm going to do them all at once because this is not G1. This is a different Transformers series. I have watched every Transformers cartoon there is, other than maybe the newest one, Earthrise or something like, no, I forget what it is. But the thing with me is I like to own all of my favorite things. So like Disney Plus having all those TV shows, I ordered bootleg DVDs from Singapore and shit because I don't want to have to pay a streaming service for the rest of my life just to watch Boba Fett or Mandalorian, right? Like I like to own it. I have it forever. I don't have to worry about that kind of shit. So same thing with Transformers cartoons. I like to purchase them all on DVD after they do their run on TV. Problem is, with Transformers, they're not releasing them on DVD anymore. So the last couple, I think I haven't really watched because of that reason. So that's upsetting. But anyways, I've watched all of the Transformers series up to the most recent couple, and I love them all to varying degrees. Like you always have your favorites, you always have your least favorites, but you still love them all. Now, G1 is my jam. I'm a G1 guy. I grew up in the 80s. Transformers, the original Transformers cartoon had a huge impact on me as a kid. And as you can see by the multitude of toys I have unboxed over the last number of years. After that, I'd probably have to say I really loved Armada the next most, and I really liked Animated a lot. But one of the series that would probably be the next in line as my next favorite after G1 was a little different. It was a little different from the majority of the rest of the series. And the only hint I'll give you before I show you what's down here at my feet is this. Beast Mode. That's right. We've got characters from Transformers Beast Wars. Let's have a look. Oh shit. We have Optimus Primal, Megatron, stay, and Black Arachnia. As you can see from the quality of the pictures I found for these guys on the internet, it's kind of hard to find images from that series for some reason, or at least quality images. Beast Wars was a show that premiered in 1996 and ran for 3 seasons. And the unique thing about it, well, the most unique thing about it was that it was one of the very first fully CGI series out there at the time. So it was kind of groundbreaking in that regard, and it actually had some Canadian roots. It was, I think it was produced in Canada, so that was kind of neat. Now, the story behind Beast Wars, so it takes place a few hundred years, I believe, after the G1 show. So things have progressed after the close of G1, and the descendants of the Autobots and the Decepticons are now known as Maximals on the Autobot side and Predacons on the Decepticon side. And so basically, Megatron has named himself after the great leader of the original Decepticons, right? And he kind of forms a splinter group of Predacons from the main group that go off in search of Energon shards. And to do so, he has this golden disc that is capable of tracking down Energon, and he steals a ship called the Dark Side that is equipped with a transwarp drive. And so they go off in search of Energon on their own, and to combat this expedition on the Predacon side is a Maximal ship called the Axelon, which is commanded by Optimus Primal. Now, he is a young, untested robot. He very much, his ideals fall within the same realm as the original Optimus Prime. He's very idealistic and honorable, and he treats his own charges with respect, and he treats his enemies with respect as well. But unlike Optimus Prime, Optimus Primal will find some loopholes, some backdoors within the Autobot ideals to try and get the job done at all costs, sort of thing. So he's a little more run and gun, loosey-goosey than the original Optimus Prime. Megatron, on the other hand, is very much like the original Megatron. He rules by fear, he manipulates. His own forces are merely pawns on the board for him to get what he wants, sort of thing, right? So he doesn't fall too far from the original Megatron tree, so to speak. Now, Black Arachnia, on the other hand, she's somewhere in the middle. Now, when the original, so what happened after the Dark Side took off to look for Energon? The Axelon went after it, and some sort of space-time event happened during the fight between these two ships. And when the transwarp drive was engaged, they basically went back in time and landed on planet Earth in the past, but not too far in the past that a little crash-landed ship on planet Earth wasn't already there. And I think you know where I'm going with this if you know your G1. So there's some ties to the original Transformers series within Beast Wars, and it's really neat to see. But anyways, they end up on prehistoric Earth, and the planet is so rich and so raw in natural resources that the Predacons and the Maximals, when they're in their robot mode, they actually take damage from this radiation and this raw energy on planet Earth. So they have to adopt these alternate modes, which beast mode. So they all adopt these beast modes based on the creatures that are living on planet Earth at the time. So Optimus Primal, well, I guess gorillas and dinosaurs didn't live on planet Earth at the same time, but we're just going to stretch things a little bit here, right? So Optimus Primal takes on the role of a gorilla, Megatron a T-Rex, and Black Arachnia a Black Widow spider. So now, in terms of Black Arachnia, where I was getting to, when they crash landed on planet Earth after this space-time event, before they crash landed, they sent out these stasis pods that the Axelon was carrying and sent them out into orbit above planet Earth so that they wouldn't get damaged in the crash landing. So what's in these stasis pods are basically unformed Autobots. They're just the shells of Autobots. They haven't had their personalities or whatever installed yet, so they have to go through a process upon the stasis pods being opened for them to come fully aware and awake and members of the team, so to speak, sort of thing. So these pods are orbiting planet Earth, and over time, as the war renews on planet Earth, these stasis pods will come out of orbit every once in a while, and the Predacons and the Maximals both track them and race to them to try and recruit this new robot to their side, right, sort of thing. So technically they're all Maximals, but that doesn't mean they can't be subverted to becoming Predacons if the Predacons get to them first, sort of thing. So Black Arachnia is one of these stasis pods that lands, and the Predacons get to her first, and they add her to their faction. Now, Black Arachnia, she's manipulative in her own way. She's sleek, she's sly, she's masterful, and she's not fully aligned with the Predacons. She's out for number one, and she will act in her own best interest depending on the situation. Now, most of the time, that somewhat aligns with the Predacon cause, but she can also kind of lean more towards the Maximals depending on the situation. So she's kind of a wild card, so to speak. So, which I think is kind of a neat fit with a Black Widow spider, right? So anyways, that is the 3 robots we're doing today. It's the only ones I got from Beast Wars, just because I ended up getting good deals on them. So what we're gonna do is we're first gonna watch. Like I said, I found it really hard to find good images from Beast Wars on the internet, and to find video clips from episodes as well. I don't know Beast Wars as well as I know G1, so I thought for video clips for these guys, I would just record the intros to seasons 1, 2, and 3, so you could just get a feel for how the show looked in terms of its CGI and what the characters looked like, what their transformations looked like, because you get to see that in each opening of the show. So obviously Optimus Primal and Megatron factor in all 3 openings to the seasons, but I think Black Arachnia, you only get to see her a little bit in the opening of season 3. So, but all 3 characters are represented in these openings to the show. So we will let them roll right now, 3 in a row, and so you can get a feel for the show. And here we go. So there you go, a little different, eh? Like the CGI definitely is a different look than traditional cartoons. I remember one of the original cartoons I remember being fully CGI of the OG ones was Reboot, which also premiered here in Canada on it was a YTV network show, just like Beast Wars was. So Some kind of groundbreaking stuff in that mid-90s kind of era. So whether you like the CGI or not, Beast Wars was a great plot. It was a great story. It was a great show. So if you don't like the CGI, because it is different, I understand why some people don't like it. If you can get past that just to watch the show and enjoy the story, it is a really neat series. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get these guys out of their boxes. We're going to get a look at them, and then we're going to transform them. Now, these both Optimus Primal and Black Arachnia were from my favorite company, Takara Tomy, the original Masterpiece toys that I first began collecting on this Transformers journey. So I can't wait to see them. They'll be the first of that kind of brand I've opened in a long, long time. Now, Megatron, I don't remember what brand he is because he didn't come with a box. He just came as is, new in the packaging, but without the box. So I don't remember what brand he is. I have a feeling he is Takara Tomy as well. But I can't remember. I've ordered him so long ago, I forget. So we're going to get them out of their packages. We're going to see how they look, and then we are going to transform them, with the exception of Megatron, because he didn't come with his box. He also didn't come with his instructions. So I'm not even going to go there. We're just going to leave him in robot mode, and we'll worry about the transformations for these two guys only today. So let's get them out of the box and see what they look like on first viewing. All right, so we'll start smallest to biggest. That means Black Arachnia is first, or Black Widow as she's called here, by Takara Tomy. She is in spider mode, perfect. I always like it when they come in their vehicular or alternate mode. So hopefully Optimus Primal is the same sort of deal. But here she is. She's got some webs. So if you want to keep her in beast mode, you can probably set up some webs and have her kind of hanging from them, right? She's got what looks like maybe some grappling hooks or something. It's been so long since I watched the show, I don't remember what her deal was. And that all looks like it's probably part of it. She's got an alternate face. I'm excited, fish. Well, let's get her out. Oh, one of her legs is out. No problem. No problem. I think. Oh, it's so weird holding a bug like this. I hate bugs. Even holding it like a toy, it's like, oh, heebie, McGeebie. Oh, she's got a face down here too. So she's got a couple alternate faces. Right there. And looks like she's got some other stuff too. Not sure what that is. It looks like it's something that goes around her head maybe and has cords on it. Like I said, it's been so long since I watched the show, I have no idea. And then she's got a base, so you can obviously set up the webs and have her on there maybe. And then, of course, she's got her instructions and her character card. Oh, so long since I did a Takara Tomy. This is so nice. And they always come with so much extra stuff. Like, not everyone, but a lot of times they do. They really add that value-added stuff, right? Yeah, so there's her instructions. So we'll get her into robot mode with those. So that is Black Arachnia. Next up, we got Optimus Primal. Or Convoy, as he's called. And I believe Convoy was what they called the original Japanese Optimus Prime. And he is also in beast mode. Fantastic. See, Takara Tomy knows how to do it. swords. Chop, chop. Look at that. So that's pretty cool. Gorilla Man. So he's got 3 alternate faces for when he's in robot mode. Just basically looks like a different mouth position. They all look pretty. Oh, and then one where its face shield is all the way down, sort of thing. So, oh, and then he's got a couple of different gorilla faces too. That's cool. He's got one where he's kind of laughing, one where he's kind of pissed, and then one where he's really pissed. The one he's got on now. So. Of course, character card, Optimus Primal, and then his instructions. And then we come to Megatron. And I'm guessing he's Takara Tomy as well because same type of packaging. And yeah, he maybe with the T-Rex, he maybe would have been a lot harder to have in beast mode in the packaging, right? Compared to these guys that are a little more compact. A T-Rex is going to take up a lot more friggin' space, right? But yeah, like even the stuff it comes with, it's a lot more, you know, alternate face for Megatron where he's a little bit upset. He's got a stand for something there. Yeah, like look at that. He's got extra pieces like to put on. I'm assuming that's the side of his upper kind of legs when he's in Rex mode, right? One for each side. Oh yeah, there's his little T-Rex hand. Ooh. He's got 2 of those. Yeah. So I'm guessing this one is also Takara Tomy. It's got all the kind of telltale signs of being that brand. Blaster. Pretty intense. Another face, just kind of a grumpy frown. I'm not sure what this is. Looks like a friggin' toothbrush, to be honest. And then he's got some blast effects for his blaster. His tail for beast mode. It's too bad we won't get to see him in Rex mode. Because I'm sure it would be pretty awesome. But there he is. And like, look at that. Look at that. Holy fuck. Oh, right? Isn't that terrifying? Oh, God, I love dinosaurs. I'm like Ross Geller. Yeah, so there we go. Obviously, Megatron's got a bit of a size advantage on Optimus Primal. You know, Rex, Gorilla, bit of a difference. But either way, I'm guessing that, yeah, Megatron probably was Takara Tomy as well. There's our 3 guys. Let's get the 2 of them, at least, into robot mode. And we'll see what they look like in their true forms. So what do I think of my little beasties? I think, oh fucking yeah, that's what I think. These guys are awesome. Now, the more I went through it, the more I thought, just looking at the screws used in between the different characters and stuff, I'm thinking maybe he isn't Takara Tomy. I'm thinking maybe Megatron is a different brand. And the size difference too, it just seems a little, I know Megatron is bigger, but I don't know. After further review, I think he may be a different company. Still awesome. Megatron's a really cool mold. I didn't think he's quite as quality as the other two in terms of the materials and stuff. And he can be a little heavy, leaning forward and hard to balance. I mean, the giant Tyrannosaurus head as an arm might have something to do with that, but otherwise he's pretty awesome. The detail on his face and the detail on the Tyrannosaurus head, especially like the curvature of the jaw and all the teeth and everything, like it looks awesome. Like it's just fierce and amazing. It looks like maybe the eyes on the T-Rex might light up somehow as well. Just the more I look at this. Oh yeah, there's a button right there. Yep, obviously it has no batteries because the eyes aren't coming on. But that is a feature it does have. And I'm sure it looks amazing in T-Rex mode too, just because the scaling on the skin and everything looks really neat. So I think this would have been pretty sweet in Beast mode. Now, as for the other two, Black Arachnia's transformation out of spider mode into robot mode is actually really simple. She's got nice jugs too, doesn't she? But I think putting it back into Beast mode would be a lot harder than this was to get her into robot mode. So I'm thankful it came in spider mode and all I had to do was get her into robot mode. But pretty easy going. She's pretty well put together, good materials, good joints. Everything on her is pretty tight. Even though it seemed a little loose when I was taking it apart and trying to transform it, but it all comes together into one good final package that is pretty good at standing up and being a good solid build. So she is very slight though, just like her character in the series. She is very skinny, very slight, very light, very sleek. So that's all in keeping with her character. Now, Optimus Primal is probably my favorite of the bunch. His gorilla mode looked amazing, as you saw in the pictures, and his transformation was pretty easy. Just one little area in the chest I couldn't figure out for a second, then I got it. You can flip his guns up like that for battle mode. I felt like there was some really cool features in his robot mode once we got him over. He had lots of little kind of, in the transformations, spins and tuck-ins, and everything just went together so smoothly. And he's really hefty for his size. He's smaller, but he's pretty hefty, and everything's like stiff, but not too stiff. Everything, he stands up well. Everything's really tight. And a couple of features that I really liked about him, in his feet here, his back and forth on the pivot on the joints and stuff like that for the feet are really neat. And it's got these pistons in his shins that I think just are amazing. It's such a neat way to do that. They took that from the show and made it really work. They didn't just kind of gloss over it and kind of do a half-assed job on it. They really did a good job of making that stand out and work really, really nicely. The other thing that I tried to capture in the pictures there so you could see it, but he comes with batteries and his eyes light up in robot mode. So if you just press his head in, you can see his eyes they come red there. So that was kind of neat, that not only that it does that, but that it actually came with the batteries installed and it's working, right? Whereas you saw with Megatron, it has the feature, but you got to find the batteries and put them in. So I thought that was pretty cool too. So of the three characters, I'd have to say Optimus Primal is my favorite, but they're all fantastic in their own way and all a lot of fun. So I gotta find a separate shelf for these guys because I don't want them mixing with my G1 characters, and also there's no room left. So we're gonna find a different place in the man cave for these three guys, but I am very, very happy to add them to my collection. Now, what does this mean going forward? It means that we're out of Transformers for now, but like I said, they've got a whole slew. X-Transbots has a slew of characters in a magazine, a little booklet that came with a lot of my characters I unboxed in the past of future releases, and they all had dates on them. But let's just say a lot of them were supposed to come out last summer. There's been no sign of them yet, so I don't know what that means. I mean, a lot of things were delayed with COVID. I'm just assuming that's the same thing with them, but they will eventually find release dates for real. And when they do, I keep combing eBay and AliExpress and everything for these characters every week. I probably check just to see. And yeah, so eventually I will be adding some more guys to the fold. And there are I know for sure of one that will be released in the summer because it's a Hasbro brand, so they're pretty reliable. When they say something's going to come out, it usually comes out. So I know for sure there will be one more. I think in June he comes out. So in June I will be having one more to add to the collection. But outside of that, it's going to be hit or miss. It's probably going to be very, very few and far between. It's going to be staggered as we go forward. It's not going to be like the run I've had recently. So. But that being said, I will not quit until I have mined every possible resource over the next while, until I have all the characters I want. So until then, you're gonna have to wait. But I may have something else coming up in the weeks ahead outside of Transformers that's gonna be pretty cool. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you enjoyed as much as you enjoy these Transformers videos. If you in fact enjoy them at all. Toodles! Yes, there is more. I wasn't quite done with Transformers this time around. What is this mysterious reveal I have in store for you? Let me tell you. I can't remember which character it was I ordered, but probably a couple years ago at least, I ordered a character, and the box finally arrived. And I said, that box looks a little small for what I think I ordered. I opened it up. It was a whole different toy from a whole different line. Still a Transformer, but not the one I ordered. So I contacted this seller on eBay and I said, send him pictures of everything, the box arriving, because I always take pictures just in case. And he's like, oh, sorry about that. He said, you know what, could you possibly send that toy along to who I actually wanted to send it to, and I'll send out the toy you actually ordered right now. So I was like, okay, I can do that, but I'm not paying shipping because that was your mistake, right? Like, fair is fair, right? I already paid enough for the character I actually ordered from him. I'm not paying for shipping for his mistake. So I was like, just let me know how you're gonna, I'll get you a cost for the shipping. You can send me the money and the address for this guy, and then I'll forward it along, no problem. And it was still a pain in the ass, but I was willing to do that, right? And he's like, yeah, okay. And I just, in the meantime, he sent out my character. It eventually arrived, and I never heard hide nor hair from this guy about how he was gonna pay the shipping and what address to send this toy to. And I was like, I don't think I'm ever gonna hear back from this guy. So I gave it a while. I gave it at least a year before I decided, okay, this toy is mine now. Even though I didn't really want it, I didn't order it, I'm not gonna pass up a free Transformer, right? So the Transformer in question is, apparently, Troublemaker is his name. So you may recognize this character from the second Transformers live action movie, Revenge of the Fallen. He is part of the Constructicons that formed the big robot Devastator. Remember when they were in Giza in Egypt, and all those construction vehicles combined into the big monster with the mouth that sucked everything in and everything? He was a little different from our G1 Devastator, but he was still awesome nonetheless. Revenge of the Fallen gets crapped on all the time, and I got to admit, I fucking loved it. You know what? The 13 primes in the Fallen, that's not how Transformers worked. Who cares? Who fucking cares? It's an alternate reality. It's a fucking multiverse story. Like, who cares? Just enjoy it. Michael Bay does too many explosions. oh no, too many explosions. What are we gonna do? Too much action. Like, fucking stop complaining, please. Either watch it or don't. I don't want to hear from you. You know, like, I don't fucking care. I enjoyed it, right? Like, people are just like, you have the option to not watch this movie and not complain about it, right? But no, they do so anyways. You know what? There could be less Transformers movies and shows in the world right now if they were just never made. If I didn't like a certain movie of Transformers or cartoon of Transformers as much as I liked something else, would I wish for it to never have been made? No. I'm going to take all the Transformers I can get, even if it's not as good as the original. I don't care. It's more Transformers, right? But people are just so, oh, it's so stupid. And it's like, okay, you go make a better movie. Oh, I don't know how to do that. Exactly. So, anyways, that's my little tirade. I hate people complaining on the internet about movies that are actually good just because it doesn't fit their vision, you know? I want to be like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back and go around, read all the internet comments, find out where these people live, and then just go beat the shit out of them, right? Stop complaining. I'd get arrested, but it would probably be worth it. Anyways, this guy. In the original Constructicon team in G1, the dump truck was named Long Haul, and he formed kind of the crotch of Devastator. This guy forms one of the legs, Devastator's right leg, but I can't remember what his name was actually in the movie, this version of the dump truck. So I'll have to find that out, and then I will, in the body of the video, I will just make sure I put his name in there so you know. But anyways, you can see on the back here, robot mode, dump truck mode, and then that's what he looks like when he forms the leg of Devastator right there. So we're gonna take him out. We're gonna have a look. I'm not gonna do a time lapse or anything because I never planned on getting this series of robots or whatever. And if he's honestly, if he's in robot mode, I'm not even gonna transform him into dump truck mode because, like I said, I didn't even plan on getting this guy. These toys were never even on my radar. I'm just opening it up and keeping them because he came to me free of charge, right? Just thought it would be a neat little aside for this video to finish off my current Transformers run. And yes, he comes in robot mode. He's actually a pretty cool toy. I was like, oh, should I try and order the rest of them and get them? And I was like, no. Although this one was free, the other ones will not be, right? It's actually a pretty bulky toy. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I don't think it's as good a quality as like the Masterpiece kind of brands and stuff. And to be honest, like when I'm dealing with Transformers, I like the clean, linear, polished look of the G1 cartoon and toys, as opposed to like the more, and I mean, these are more realistic, let's be honest. If a robot actually transformed in real life, they'd look more like this, right? With the faces, with all the, you know, different details and stuff like that. I prefer the G1 look over the kind of more modern movie look. I still love these, they're amazing, but I just like that better. So that's why I don't have a lot of movie toys and stuff like that, because I just prefer the G1 look a lot more. So, but anyways, that's him. You can tell even just little things like the hands are just kind of fold open, none of the digits move, you know, stuff like that. The tires aren't rubber, they're just kind of plastic and they're kind of hollow inside, right? You can just tell it's still a really nice toy, but it's not near as quality as the Masterpiece, all the different companies that do the Masterpiece figures and stuff, right? So, but anyways, there he is. Long Haul, or whatever his name is in this version, and pretty cool toy, especially for free. This brand is called Devil Savior, that made this toy. And actually, I'm looking here, it's called Smash Troublemaker. So I'm guessing this guy's name maybe is Smash, and Troublemaker is like Devastator's name or whatever. Yeah, he's got a whole, yeah, this one's more like a booklet. I do like their instructions. That's more what I prefer, color and booklet form. Like that's a lot nicer. So they did it, they at least did that right. Right, so next member coming soon, and it's a front end loader. Oh my God. Landslip. Okay, so Troublemaker is the name of Devastator. So this guy's name is Smash in this brand. So yeah, so I just thought I would show, no character card either, like they do in other brands. So I just thought I would show you this just because I had it, and I will add it to the man cave. It looks like it would be a kind of a complicated transformation to get him into dump truck mode. So yeah, that's another reason why I'm not gonna do it. So anyways, a fun little aside to end this video. Hope you enjoyed it. This is officially, no more tricks, no more April Fools. This is officially the end of my Transformers run for now. Peace. Meow.